If you're struggling with social skills, I promise you, these next few minutes will change your life. Let me share you a story. I recently had this farewell 2 days ago. It's basically saying goodbye to the pre university days as we move on towards university. The 2 years I spent there were some of the best and transformative years of my entire life. I reflected on what could have been so transformative. Then I realized that I became a social magnet without even realizing that I was. Here's how it all began. After 10th grade and before college began, I started by cutting some people off who were draining my energy and didn't provide me any value by unfollowing them all on Instagram. Some people were quote unquote close friends, but I didn't mind cutting them off because I didn't think they'd be loyal to me after 10th grade. It was harsh, but I did what I had to do in order to find improvement like no other. I also went on monk mode for a month before 11th grade by doing many good habits like having a 3 hour screen time towards all my screens, reading 60 to 100 pages every single day, meditating for 40 minutes, watching lots of educational content, and trying to summarize a few self development books. It was the most fulfilling start to my self development journey. I was this shy, unconfident kid growing up who didn't have a good amount of respect, even amongst my peers. But now I can say I am the most confident I've ever been in my abilities, and I also believe I've become a man of great character. Even though I've not reached the point that people call me a man, I need to do a bit better. Now, why am I talking to you about this? This is because it was the building block towards my upward trajectory towards social skills. I had this goal of becoming one of the class toppers in the college, and that's what ended up happening. I struggled to find my footing in terms of social skills in my first few months, but after that, it was all magic. When my classmates started getting to know my good marks, I'm pretty sure that they started taking notice of it. I may have given off the vibes to others that, yeah, he's a class topper. I'll ask him doubts whenever necessary. Slowly, people came and started asking doubts about studies with me. These doubts from a fraction of these people turned into personal questions about me. In other words, I started gaining interest from other people without ever saying a single word to them. Now you may ask, how did I do that? It's because I started giving value to my community and classmates to the point that I gave them an easy conversation starter. This is what led me to think in a delusional way that I'm a good conversationalist, even though my social skills back then were the same. But this delusion turned into reality because I gained confidence from all those interactions. I'll ask you this question now. What are the things you work hard on right now to the point that you give others a good conversation starter? If right now you have nothing, then harsh truth. No wonder your social skills are bad. No offense. But what can you expect if you don't provide value to your community or even try to actively improve your social skills? As a man, it's really hard to gain interest from other people unless you provide value or start taking interest in them instead. Back then in 10th grade, I used to not provide value. That's why I was down bad. I turned everything around in just 2 years. I know it can be tough, but what's holding you back? What's your excuse about not wanting a good social life, huh? You have the power to change your circumstances, and it starts with recognizing where you can improve. Don't say, I'm just generally bad at talking to people. You got a living example over here. So don't give any excuses. In the end, ask yourself this one question: what are some effective ways I can add value to my community that would encourage recognition and facilitate meaningful conversations? Go and search the answer for yourself or comment about what it could be. Until next time, stay strong.